Hello. When the restrictions began to be lifted and we could meet people outside, I found that things like a walk with a friend or coffee in someone's garden were very significant events to me. Things that I would normally have taken very much for granted. Equally, about 10 days ago, I had a text message. Now, if anyone had have seen me open that text message, they might have been forgiven for thinking that maybe I'd won the lottery. But no, it was simply a message from my hairdresser to say that she could give me an appointment. Something else that I've taken for granted over the years. Then led me on to think maybe there's several things that we don't actually appreciate in our lives. Then I read a very startling fact. It said, across our world, every day, 8,000 children die of a dreadful disease. There is a cure. It's called food. But we don't hear much about it because rich people can't catch it. What a terrible, startling quote. And I began to think about how at the beginning of lockdown, some of our supermarket shelves were empty. We didn't starve, we just couldn't get the things that we wanted. It wasn't because of a shortage of food, it was because of people's greed. But so many people across our world face desperate shortage of food, not just for a week or two, but sometimes for their whole lives. We stood on our doorsteps and enthusiastically clapped our National Health Service, the workers and the fantastic job that they were doing. At one point, there was a scare that the service could be overwhelmed and doctors would have to make choices about who they treated. And of course, across our world, this does happen. Fortunately, it didn't happen here. Our schools have been closed. According to a Tear Fund statistic, a third of the children in Cambodia are child labourers. There's no school for them ever. And this is the case for a lot of children in our world. There was fears about people being in lockdown in abusive relationships. In some parts of our world, unfortunately, because of cultural backgrounds, sometimes women are really treated more like possessions than people, there to be used and abused. In Uganda, the average age of pregnancy for young girls is 14. We have not been able to go into our churches. We have missed being able to worship together. And even now that there is talk of opening the churches, I have heard quite a few people say, I'm not sure if I will want to go. I don't know if I will feel safe. Across our world, some of our Christian brothers and sisters are certainly not safe to do corporate worship openly. They have to meet in secret or not at all because of persecution. In Pakistan, people are beaten for being Christian. Do we truly appreciate all these wonderful things that we have? Stacked shelves in our supermarkets, wonderful health service, our teachers who educate our children, our churches, So let us now pray for those who are much less fortunate than ourselves. We do pray, Lord, today for those across our world who are hungry, those who are ill with no hope of hospital treatment, for doctors who have to make difficult decisions, for children who cannot go to school, for women who are mistreated and abused, for Christians who are beaten and persecuted. Amen. Some words from Ephesians. Sing and make music from your heart to the Lord, always giving thanks to God the Father for everything, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.